Tell them you love them.
You're welcome. We love you.
Say love
Get
you.
your candy.
Oh yeah, shoot, that's in here.
He never said it out loud. Not in court. Not in his confession. Not even in prison. But the reasons were always there, quiet, steady, and undeniable. Chris Watts didn't kill his family because he lost control. He killed them because he wanted control back. The mounting debt. The pressure to perform. The life that looked perfect online, but felt like a prison behind closed doors. He didn't leave a note. But the silence he left behind says everything. These are the real reasons Chris Watts killed his family. And they started long before the morning everything ended.
Thank
you for the birds
Thank you for the words so sweet.
Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, God, for everything. Amen.
Yeah, Knuckles.
Get on the floor. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hot dog. It's a brand new way. What you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, get on the floor. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's a brand new way. What you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, step on the floor. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Anyway, what you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, get on the floor. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Brand new way, what you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, get on the floor. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's a brand new way, what you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, get on the floor. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, diggity dog. It's a brand new way, what you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, get on the floor. What? I'm just trying to...
That's Mama.
Hey guys, so we do have our Thrive Cafe. It came in finally. Say hi, Bella.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, Mama. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so they wanted to join us in on the live. Say hi, Cece.
Hi, Daddy. Bye.
So, Chris, we decided to go hot because it's been chilly here today, and I only like my coffee. If I was going to do coffee, if I had to drink it, it's going to be warm.
Mommy,
So like warm.
Mommy,
Yes.
More.
More.
Yeah.
I get you.
She wants more marshmallows.
Okay.
So I was not a big coffee. Didn't like the taste of it so much. So I'm really interested to see.
I want some more marshmallows.
Okay. My battery's gonna die on me. Hey, Kindle. Let's see if this video goes live without having tantrums in the background. Chris is holding Cece at this moment. So we have, yeah. That was not cool. All right, Cece's happy as long as she has marshmallows. All right, so I have, Chris, you do your own.
Okay.
So it is, oh, that smells like, it smells like chocolate. Definitely smells like mocha. Smell it, Bella? Smell?
Yummy.
So I'll show you, it's like a very,
Swirl it.
it's a fine powder.
Can I stir it for you?
No,
It's very hot, baby.
Mama.
Oh wow, it dissolves
That's
really
coffee.
good. No, it's cafe.
Cafe.
It's cafe.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
I love it.
It dissolves really good.
It's really good.
You didn't try it. I'm excited though. It smells like chocolate. I swear it does. Hi, Amanda. Smell? It's hot.
Very hot.
How does it smell?
Good.
Smells good? Bella says it smells good. How does it smell, Cece? Hot.
Hot.
It's hot. Okay. Ready?
Yummy.
Hey, Amanda. Hey,
Yes,
Chrissy. Oh my gosh. It smells so warm. It's so cold here in Colorado today.
No.
That's good.
It tastes like mocha and chocolate. It's like a mixture. Wow, that's hot.
That's really good.
Hey, honey. Careful, Bella. It's hot.
Very hot.
You guys like my mug? Oh my gosh, this is so good. The fire, some cookies.
And a lot of snow.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Aaron.
More.
You're gonna fall, baby.
You got
This is
more.
really, really, really good. I'm really excited. I can show you guys. It dissolved. No, you can't drink it
Why?
because it's not for kids. It like dissolved really well. There's no like texture. Thanks, Kendall. You should come over and try some. I have your box here.
Come over and back here.
Bella says come over. Here, you want to see her? She's trying to talk to you. Tell her.
We can come over to our house.
Tell them you want some cafe.
Some cafe.
Here, you're cuter than Daddy.
Sure.
We'll just have you talk to the crowd. Here, Bella. Hold this up and tell them, do you guys want some cafe? Who wants to try cafe? Say, who wants to try some? If you're one of my customers and you're on auto ship, you're getting one in the mail. You're getting a free sample. If you want to try one, I do have a free box of cafe for all my newest customers. Who wants one? Drop them.
Ow.
No, you can't play with it. Just drop it. No. Drop an emoji if you want one. Hold it up. Say, who wants one? Say, who wants to try a cafe? Are you going to be my model? Everyone's watching you. Say hi, Herb.
Hi, Herb.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, April.
Hi, Abel.
I want to chug this, but it's so hot. Smell?
Can I drink it?
No, it's hot, baby.
Can I drink?
You want Bella? Say hi to Mandy.
But I want to drink it. But I
Don't
want
bend
to do a pretend.
You want to pretend? Pretend. Say hi to Tony. Say hi, Mandy.
Hi, Minnie.
Say hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Say hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Say hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
You forget Drew and two? He's your buddy.
He's your buddy.
Hi, April. We're just gonna sit here and say hi to everybody.
Yep.
Rep, did you tell them what you did at school today? What are you gonna be for Halloween?
I gotta be a mermaid for Halloween.
Yes. And what about your birthday? What kind of birthday party are you gonna have? Don't stand up on this counter.
I'm a mermaid birthday party and I'm a mermaid crown.
She's gonna have a mermaid birthday party with a mermaid crown. Look at my shirt. It's LuLaRoe and it has Minnie on it. See Minnie, Cece?
I can't.
See?
Where?
She's right there.
Where? Right there?
Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone's sitting here talking. Say hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
She's a mess. I'm gonna keep her on my lives. The cafe is amazing. Hey, don't do that, Bella. That's not nice. That's not ladylike. Come on. Okay, sit down. You're losing audience like that.
It's true. Cece will bring him back.
Bella, I'm turning the camera.
No.
Then be good. All right, tell them if they want cafe, drop an emoji, okay?
Cafe?
Drop an emoji.
Got that emoji.
Do you want to count in Spanish?
Yeah.
Go ahead, count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good job. That's awesome. All right, will you say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Cece's eating all the food in our kitchen.
It's true. Cece, see? There she is. No?
Hi.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
No? Okay.
That's Cece. Fun Cece. All right, guys. Seriousness now. If you want to try cafe, let me know. Sarah, I have some for you. And Dan. So I'll get you some next time I see you, which is soon. Because I think we have a play date. Adult play date. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Hannah. So Thrive Cafe is amazing. Can't wait till it cools off so I can actually finish it. No sugar needed. No, give me the box, please. No sugar needed. No creamer needed. It's perfect just like it is. Like easy on the go. It is 50 calories. Total fat is 2 grams. Total carbs is 8 grams. There's fiber in there. You want it? Okay. Shh. Only 3 grams of sugar, 1 protein, and a ton of vitamins, you guys. Like no one's coffee has vitamins like that in it. Like seriously. And it's delicious. You can eat it cold, drink it cold, hot, or in your lifestyle mix. So I'm gonna get these kiddos to bed because obviously they're not thriving. They ran out of Thrive K. So I gotta get these kiddos to bed and I'm gonna finish my cafe, which is delicious. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
On the outside, they looked like the American dream. A 5-bedroom house in a quiet Colorado neighborhood. 2 daughters with matching outfits and bright smiles. A 3rd child on the way. And a couple that seemed inseparable, always smiling, always posting. But the truth? It wasn't love holding that house together. It was pressure. Debt. Expectations. And silence. Shannon shared everything, from family dinners to doctor visits, on social media. And Chris? He smiled for the camera, nodded on cue, and quietly disappeared inside himself. He wasn't thriving. He was shrinking. Not from one big moment, but 1,000 small ones. A calendar full of obligations. A budget stretched thin. A marriage where every conversation became a performance. Behind every perfect family photo was a man who no longer recognized the life he was in, or the role he was expected to play.
Hey everybody, so Chris and I are sitting here
Going on?
waiting to board our flight to Miami, and then we're gonna fly all the way back home to see our girls in Denver. So we're super excited. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, amazing experience this week. Lavelle definitely outdid themselves. Literally this place has been paradise. We've had amazing days, spent the days at the beach, at the pool, on Sonoa Island. We went to the spa. What else did we do? All the different lounges at night, all the different food. Hi, Sharon. The amazing, amazing food. I mean, seriously, I think I gained 10 pounds while I was here.
15.
Hey, Kevin. But it's been super amazing. We took it all in. We had a blast. We had a wonderful cocktail party on Friday night with Lavelle. Super inspiring. I can't say how great this trip has been. This trip is definitely by far one of my favorite trips ever. And I got to spend it with my husband. That's the best part. We earned this trip. All inclusive. I mean, you can't beat that, you guys. It's been awesome to also see people that have been following me and were able to pull me out of a crowd and say, hey, are you Shanann? And that's been so awesome. Like, so awesome that I've been able to inspire people like that. So we are grateful, extremely humbled, and blessed.
The house was beautiful, but borrowed. The cars were clean, but leased. The life they showed the world, paid for with credit they no longer had. By the time Shannon was pregnant with their third child, they were already behind on the mortgage. Final notices arrived with every paycheck. The threat of foreclosure loomed quietly behind every family meal. Chris didn't talk about it. He mowed the lawn, took the girls to school, showed up to work. But the numbers didn't lie, and the walls were closing in. Credit cards maxed. Medical bills unpaid. Bankruptcy just a few years behind them, and creeping up again. Every time Shannon posted another Thrive update. Every time she filmed another video about their success, Chris saw a lie. One he couldn't afford, and couldn't escape. It wasn't just the money. It was the shame. The fear of being exposed as a failure. The quiet, gnawing panic of a man too proud to ask for help, and too weak to face the truth.
Tell them how much fun it is.
It's amazing.
This place is nuts. It is phenomenal.
We're gonna go have some fun. Get to hear what's coming out. It's absolutely exciting. Today's Sunday. Chris ran at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday on his day off. What'd you do, 5 miles? Well, come over.
Oh, sorry.
So, you know, it's amazing what you can do with Thrive and how it gives you the energy and mental clarity. How are you watching and you're sitting right here?
I'm right here.
Weirdo. So Chris has lost a significant amount of weight since you started Thrive. How much?
50 pounds.
And he's in a medium. He went from a 2X to a medium. And that was before, most of it was before Duo.
Oh yeah, all of it was.
And Duo is new. So, you know, filling in those nutritional gaps, helping your body, you know, feed itself with the premium nutrition, helps your body crave less. You definitely eat healthier. We haven't changed our diet. As you see, we've eaten banana bread this week. We've had brownies. And, you know, I'm sneaking in candy corn here and there. So, it's amazing. Thrive has a lot of benefits for everybody. Go Chiefs. Who won that game a couple weeks ago?
I believe the Steelers won that game, if I recollect.
Love you, Jess. I'm waiting. She's a diehard Chief fan. Diehard. So if you guys want more information, if you are looking to try it, shoot me a message. If you're one of Chris's friends, shoot him a message and he can get you some more information as well. We have 2 spots left for either the cafe for free or your DFT, regular DFT. So shoot me a message. Thanks everyone for hopping on. I see a lot of my faves are on here. Nikki, I sent you a message. Amy, I saw your message. I'll respond back here in just a minute. Who else is on that I missed? Okay. So Amy's sending us some Steeler stuff. I gotta send her some money too. Thrive Forever. Yes, it's amazing. So Christina just jumped on. Hi, Christina. Hey, I'm sending over Cece's smallest jersey for you to put on Coral. Tell DJ if he doesn't have a jersey for her, we're getting a
Palomalu jersey.
Palomalu jersey. perfect size for Coral. This still fits Cece, so tight. So you better tell DJ he better hurry up and get her whatever jersey you guys like. So Amy, that's coming your way too, because Cece's growing out of it. It's a Palomalu 12-month jersey, but it still fits her, and she's a chunk.
That's good luck jersey.
It is a good luck jersey, so we haven't parted with it yet because it's good luck. So, does anyone have any questions that's new and would like? You can use credits today, so if you have Laval credits, you can use credits to buy the Duo, DFT Duo. So yeah, I think that's it. Anyone have any questions?
Going once, going twice.
I forget what else I was gonna say. I want a cafe right now with my lifestyle mix though. All right. So McKenna will have plenty of time to wear it because it's you know how they're larger. They wear larger. So all right. So shoot me a message. I'm gonna go celebrate with a piece of banana nut bread. Just kidding. Maybe. So if you guys have, shoot me questions if you guys have any questions. Thanks for hopping on. Go Steelers, and talk to you guys soon. Hey, Christina, call us tonight about 6:30 our time. No, Eastern. 6:30 our time? Yeah, 6:30. We'll start the chant. Oh girl, she's teeny tiny. It'll perfectly fit her. If Cece's wearing this now.
Shannon wasn't just a wife. She was a brand. Every moment of her day, scheduled, filmed, posted, packaged. Her followers knew what she ate, where she worked, how she parented, and what supplements she took before bed. For Shannon, Thrive wasn't just a business. It was survival. A way to feel in control. A way to prove she was winning, even when life was slipping beneath her feet. But for Chris, it was something else entirely. It was pressure. It was performance. It was the sound of his wife talking to strangers on Facebook, more than she ever talked to him. He wasn't her partner anymore. He was a prop in her videos. A smile in the background. A body to hold the camera. She was strong. Outspoken. Relentless. He was quiet. Withdrawn. Crumbling. The more visible she became online, the more invisible he felt at home. He didn't argue. He didn't explode. He just pulled away, inch by inch, until the man in those videos wasn't really there at all.
So I'm gonna get 8 ounces of water real quick. Hold on. Do you want to get a cup?
Got Dieter here. He's not leaving us alone. What's up, babe? Say hi. Look, there's Dieter. It's really cool packaging they got too. I like it.
I like 4 or 5 pieces of ice cubes, like 3 or 4 pieces of ice cubes in mine. Can't smell it. But look. I'm so excited for you, Shannon. I'm going to shoot you a message when I get off here. I just put the kids down. Don't mind me, guys. I'm in my pajamas already because it's bedtime.
It smells good.
Oh my god. Smell that.
That's good.
Christina says it tastes like my favorite ice cream. I'm so excited. I love green mint ice cream. It's my absolute favorite. And it's not just mint ice cream. It has to be green mint. Because, yeah, I'm weird like that. So, I am so excited. And all you do is shake, shake, shake. Kids are down. They're going to be jealous because, yeah.
They love candy cane.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. It does smell like my favorite ice cream. I'm only going to give Chris a little bit because I don't think I'm going to want to share this. Ready? Here it goes.
Oh yeah.
It's just like mint ice cream. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing. It literally tastes, if you guys have ever had green mint ice cream, it tastes like green mint ice cream, like just like it.
Delicious.
That is really, really good. I don't know why he's crying.
He wants
He wants us to lay on. He wants to sit on the car. Charlie, it tastes like green mint ice cream. Have you gotten yours yet? Oh my god, it's so good. It's like 7 o'clock at night here. I love this. This is gonna be like my dessert at night. Hey Lisa. I'm not ignoring you guys. If I didn't see your message, I'm sorry. It is amazing. Absolutely, positively amazing. This is probably my new favorite. Like,
oh wow.
Michelle, it's amazing. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try this tomorrow, so be prepared. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I'm gonna try it with this. Hold on.
Uh-oh. What are you trying? Oh.
Cafe. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, Chris, that stinks. It's amazing. Let me just tell you, it's absolutely positively amazing.
Are you talking to me?
No, different Chris. There's a lot of Chris's. Hey, Melissa, did you get yours yet? It's so good, girl. Michelle, when's yours? Look when it's supposed to be delivered. Okay, that's absolutely amazing. Candy cane lifestyle mix. Candy cane lifestyle mix, and it's healthy. Like, seriously healthy. Oh my goodness, it doesn't get better than this. They never, never, ever disappoint. Never, ever. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, so that is our candy cane lifestyle mix. It's absolutely amazing. I know they sold out, so I don't know if they got more coming in. I do have three extras if I'm willing to share.
Yeah.
So anyone wanting to start the Thrive experience, I have 3 extra candy cane for you. Herb, I got you covered. It's so good. Like, seriously, mint ice cream. Green mint ice cream is exactly what it tastes like. Like, amazing. I'm gonna actually blend this tomorrow with some ice. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a little treat.
Ice cream in a cup.
Except for it's not green, but it's delicious. It's really, really, really good. Okay, guys. Tomorrow morning, be prepared. I'm gonna go live with cafe and candy cane. Cafe, candy cane. Happy mama right here, because I'm baking tomorrow. You guys saw what I'm baking. Should I tell you guys what I'm baking? Listen, you're gonna be at work, so you can't taste test. Who wants to know what I'm baking? A free candy cane lifestyle mix, individual, for whoever can guess what I'm baking. Specific. Chris doesn't even know.
I know.
Nick Thayer does, but he's not going to tell anybody because he can't win. Nobody? No guesses? Nothing? Zilch? Nope. Herb. You got to look at my picture. You can get the hint on the picture. You gotta be specific though. Like, specific.
Is it red velvet something?
No. It's not about you this year. Cassie, it's so good. You'll have to find out, because now I'm gonna have cafe tomorrow and my lifestyle mix, and it's gonna be amazing. No pumpkin rolls. Nope. Keep guessing though. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I have a lot of follow-up to do. I have a couple more people to help get started, and Shannon, I'm gonna message you just so we can make sure you're getting you're starting tomorrow. I'm so excited. You're gonna love it. Don't notice how great you're feeling tomorrow. Don't notice how amazing the mental clarity is gonna be tomorrow. And don't notice that extra energy you're gonna have, because it's not gonna happen. Nope. No, Dawn. Dawn, we need to get you started, girl. Hey, Tracy. So, that was amazing. That was like my dessert for the night. Super excited. Don't mind my pajamas. I'm still in my pajamas. Or I'm in my pajamas. And they're my onesies. I saw there's a onesie bar crawl, which should be fun. Alright, so stay tuned. Close, Chris. So, tomorrow morning, be prepared. I might wait till the kids go to school because they're not going to want me to not share. So, tomorrow morning, stay tuned. You guys have a wonderful night. I am feeling good. I just had that delicious dessert, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take a bite, Eater.
Ruff.
Don't choke him.
I'm trying to get his head up.
Poor Giger. He wants his mommy.
Then came Nickel. She wasn't looking for a husband. She wasn't posting Thrive videos. She didn't know about the debt, the marriage, or the cracks behind the camera. To her, Chris wasn't a father of two. He was just a quiet guy in a polo shirt, kind, attentive, available. And to Chris, Nickel wasn't just a woman. She was a mirror. She reflected back the version of himself he wanted to be, not the one he had become. With her, he didn't feel like a failure. He didn't feel like a paycheck. He didn't feel like a disappointment. He felt seen. Desired. Knew. It wasn't about love. Not really. It was about escape. In Nickel's world, there were no bills waiting at the mailbox. No baby on the way. No cameras rolling in the kitchen. Just quiet conversations and the illusion of freedom. And for a man who felt trapped in every corner of his life, that illusion was powerful enough to make him believe the unthinkable.
Thank you so much for coming out here with me, Christopher. I am having a wonderful time. You mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're having a blast. I am so out of breath.
Carve it up.
There was a time Chris Watts loved being a father. Bedtime stories. Laughter in the back seat. Two little girls who saw him as their whole world. But over time, something shifted. The joy faded. The connection thinned. And the man who once lived for their hugs, started turning down the volume. Fatherhood didn't feel like purpose anymore. It felt like weight. Diapers. Appointments. Tuition. Screaming. Constant noise. The more he drifted from Shanann, the more distant he became from the children. Not because they changed, but because he did. He stopped looking forward to mornings. He stopped coming home early. He stopped asking about their day. He still smiled in photos. Still kissed them goodnight. But behind the routine, something had gone numb. And in that silence, a lie began to form. That the only way to reclaim peace was to walk away from everything that made noise. Including them.
My daddy is a hero. He helps me grow up strong. He helped me snuggle too. He reads me books. He ties my shoes. If you're a hero, blue and blue, my daddy is love you.
Oh, I love.
By early August, the pressure was no longer beneath the surface. It was everywhere. Shanann had just returned from a business trip. Pregnant. Exhausted. Suspicious. Nickel was asking questions, real ones. Had he filed for divorce? Why was Shanann still calling? Where was this going? Chris was juggling two lives. Two phones. Two truths, and both were unraveling fast. Every day brought a new lie. Every text carried a timer. And every smile he gave was a little harder to fake. He couldn't keep up the illusion. He couldn't keep playing the role of husband, father, and lover, not all at once. And in those final days, he made a choice. Not to fix it. Not to come clean. But to erase the tension, the mess, the pressure, the noise, by erasing the people tied to it. Not with a plan. But with a fantasy. A quiet, selfish fantasy that no longer included his wife, his children, or the man he used to be.
Chris Watts. W-A-T-T-S.
Wow.
What's going on right now around your house?
Right now, you got K9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent, see where they went. If they went on foot, they went in a car, or they went somewhere. And right now, it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened? Your wife came home. Tell me what's.
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here, and like about 12:10 and that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shanann a few times that day, called her, say but she never got back to me. But she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well, and that's what really concerned a lot of people. Is like if she's not getting back to her, like if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. Like she gets busy during the day, but she didn't get back to her people, which was very concerning. And Nicole called me when she was at the door, and that's when I came home. And then walked in the house, and nothing was vanished. Nothing was here. I mean, she wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nobody was here.
What's your wife's name?
Shanann. SHANANN.
What's your kids?
Bella and Celeste.
How do you spell it? Celeste?
CELESTE.
How old are your daughters?
4. Bella's 4. Celeste is 3.
And so, how many times did you try calling her?
I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times just to say, what's going on. Like because after I called her and texted her once, it's like maybe she was just busy. Like she'd just gotten back. Like everybody's probably calling her from her trip. She just got back from Arizona, and I figured she was just busy. But when her friend showed up, that's what it was like. It registered. Like, all right, this isn't right.
Do you think she just took off? Do you think?
I mean, right now I don't even want to just like throw anything out there. Like, I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with the kids. But I mean, could she just taken off? I don't know. But if somebody has her and they're not safe, like I want them back now. Like that's what's in my head. Like if they're safe right now, they're gonna come back. But if they're not safe right now, that's the not knowing part. Like if they're not safe, last night I had every light in the house on. I was hoping that I would just ran over by the kids running in the door and just like barrel rushing me, but it didn't happen. And it was just a traumatic night trying to be here.
I'm gonna ask some kind of tough questions about your relationship with your kids.
My kids are my life. I mean, those smiles light up my life. And just like, I mean, last night, like during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I missed them. Like, I mean, I missed telling them, hey, you got to eat that, or you're not going to get your dessert, and just like you're not going to get your snack after. I missed that. Like I missed them, cuddle up on their couches. They have like a Minnie Mouse couch and a Sophia couch that they cuddle up on and watch, Bubble Guppies or something. And it was just like, it was tearing me apart last night, and I needed that. I needed that last night. And
he didn't run. He didn't confess. He didn't even try to end his own life. Chris Watts stood in front of cameras. Pleaded for help. Asked the world to bring his family home, knowing exactly where they were. He drove back to work like it was just another Monday. Sent texts. Answered calls. Ate lunch near the bodies he left behind. He lied to friends. Lied to Shanann's parents. Lied to investigators, until the walls closed in. There was no master plan. Just denial. A fantasy gone too far, and a man too weak to face what he'd done. When the truth finally came out, it wasn't with tears. It was with distance. Calm. Detachment. As if ending lives had been easier than living with them. He didn't escape the consequences. But for a moment, a short, cowardly moment. He believed he had escaped the noise.
So the court has considered the arguments made by the attorneys. The court has considered the statements made by the victims in this case. The court's going to find that the plea agreement is fair and reasonable under the circumstances. I want to acknowledge the Rusick family as well as the Watts family that showing mercy on Mr. Watts is understood, and I respect that decision to request that the district attorney not seek the death penalty in this case. And so the court is going to accept this plea bargain under the circumstances. Words that come to mind when I hear the evidence in this case are a senseless crime and the viciousness of the crime. And equally aggravating in this court's determination is the despicable act of disposing of the bodies in the manner in which they were done in this case. I've been a judicial officer now for starting my 17th year, and I could objectively say that this is perhaps the most inhumane and vicious crime that I have handled out of the thousands of cases that I have seen. And nothing less than a maximum sentence would be appropriate, and anything less than the maximum sentence would depreciate the seriousness of this offense. So the court is going to sentence Mr. Watts as follows. With regard to count number 1, murder in the first degree as it relates to Shanann Watts, the court is going to sentence you, sir, to a life sentence in the Colorado Department of Corrections, followed, with no possibility of parole. And that is going to run consecutively to all but counts 3 and 4. With regard to count 2, as it relates to murder in the first degree with Bella, the court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole. With regard to count number 3, the court is going to sentence you as it relates to Celeste to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole. With regard to counts 4 and 5 relating to Bella and Celeste as a different theory of first-degree murder, the court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections, and legally those sentences must run concurrently as a different theory of first-degree murder. Recognizing the unlawful termination of pregnancy for the unborn child that has been named Nico, the court absolutely believes that the maximum sentence of 48 years would be appropriate to run consecutive to the other charges, with an additional mandatory parole period of 3 years as set forth by statute. With regard to count number 7, as it relates to tampering with a deceased body, as well as counts 8 and 9, each a class 3 felony, the court is going to impose a maximum sentence of 12 years each for those counts to run consecutively to the other counts. The court is going to order that the statutory fees be paid and court costs. The court's going to grant the prosecution 91 days to file a notice of restitution, and that will be the sentence of the court. We will shortly be in recess. I would respectfully ask the parties that you remain in your seat. There is a plan by the deputies on allowing people to exit the courtroom, so please remain seated until you are authorized to leave the courtroom based on the direction of the deputies. Deputies, I would respectfully ask that you take this defendant into custody and have him serve the rest of his life in the Department of Corrections. We are in recess.
In court, he said almost nothing. In prison, he gave interviews that danced around the truth. No rage. No remorse. No real explanation. He said he was confused. Said he wasn't thinking. Said he just snapped. But that isn't what happened. This wasn't impulse. It was a quiet erosion, slow, steady, invisible from the outside. Chris Watts didn't kill because of one bad night. He killed because of 1,000 silent ones. Nights filled with unpaid bills. Nights where he felt more like a ghost than a husband. Nights spent imagining a different life, one without obligations, noise, or eyes watching him fail. And when someone offered him that escape, he didn't hesitate. He never truly said why. But the silence he left behind has always spoken louder than he ever could. Chris Watts never said why he did it. But the signs were always there. A marriage built for the internet. A life sinking in debt. A fantasy with another woman. And a man too weak to face himself, so he destroyed everything around him instead. He didn't kill out of hate. He killed to escape. From pressure. From failure. From a version of himself he could no longer carry. He never said the words. But these are the real reasons Chris Watts killed his family. If this video made you think differently about what really happened, share it. Someone else might still believe the surface story. Subscribe for more deep, honest breakdowns of the crimes no one truly talks about. And if you have a case that deserves this kind of truth, tell us in the comments.
Let me make one thing absolutely clear. Your thoughts are building your future brick by brick, day by day. And if you don't learn how to think correctly, you'll remain stuck in a prison made of your own mind. Success doesn't start with action. It doesn't start with resources. It starts with thought, controlled, focused, dominant thought. If you master that, nothing will be denied to you. If you ignore it, life will punish you with confusion, mediocrity, and regret. You are where you are right now because of the way you've been thinking. Don't look around. Don't blame. Don't defend. You got yourself here. That's the truth. And if you want to get somewhere else, somewhere higher, stronger, freer, you must rewire the engine that drives everything, your mind. The masses walk around hypnotized by fear, worry, distraction, and weakness. They think reactively. They let the world tell them what to feel, what to do, what to think. But you're here for more. You're here to rise. And that rise begins with a radical change in your thinking. You must reject low-level thoughts like poison. Doubt is a virus. Fear is a thief. Excuses are anchors. Get rid of all of them. Correct thinking is not just positive thinking. That's surface-level fluff. Correct thinking is controlled, self-directed, iron-willed thinking. It means you don't allow a single thought to stay in your mind unless it serves your goal. It means waking up with purpose. Visualizing your victory before the world even sees it. It means becoming ruthless with your focus. Most people can't concentrate for 5 minutes. Winners concentrate for 5 years. That's the gap. Your thoughts are instructions. Every time you think I can't, your body listens. Every time you think it's too hard, your progress slows. But when you think I will, I must, and it's already mine, you reprogram your inner world. That's the difference between those who struggle and those who conquer. Correct thinking doesn't wait for evidence. It creates it. You don't need to see the path to start walking. You don't need applause to stay committed. You don't need guarantees to bet on yourself. All you need is a dominant definite purpose and the mental discipline to think of nothing else. You were born with the most powerful tool in the universe, your mind. But no one teaches you how to use it. So you drift, you wish, you hesitate. Not anymore. From this moment, you take command of your thoughts. You train them. You don't let them wander. You don't feed them junk. You don't allow toxic voices, gossip, or complaints to enter your mental gates. Your mind is a fortress. Guard it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Every great leader, every wealthy builder, every world shaker, what did they have first? A thought, a burning belief, a vision they would not surrender. They planted that thought in their mind and protected it like gold. While others wasted their thoughts on distractions and doubts, the great ones stayed loyal to the vision in their mind. And that's what I'm teaching you today. Not just how to think, but how to think correctly, strong, strategic, unstoppable. The kind of thinking that builds empires from nothing, that turns pain into power, and that never bows to circumstance. You don't need more luck. You don't need more money. You don't need more friends. You need more focus. More mental clarity, more intensity of thought. The people who rise aren't lucky. They're laser focused. Their thoughts are weapons. Their vision is fire. Their mind is trained like a machine. You can't afford weak thinking anymore. It cost you too much. It cost you years. It cost you peace. It cost you greatness. You must choose now to upgrade your internal software. Delete everything that holds you back. Upload belief. Upload discipline. Upload courage. Think thoughts that energize. Think thoughts that commit. Think thoughts that destroy all possibility of failure. When your thinking changes, everything else obeys. You move different. You speak with certainty. You take risks. You win. Because here's the truth. You are one thought away from changing your life. One correct thought. One firm decision. One refusal to ever again let your mind betray your mission. Train your mind, rule your world, think correctly, and no one can stop you. Let me know if you want a 150-word YouTube description, SEO title, tags, or high CTR thumbnail text for this speech. Every achievement begins with disciplined thought, not hope, not luck, not wishing. The real power lies in thought that has been trained, sharpened, and directed like a blade. Undisciplined thinking leads to wasted years. Scattered thinking leads to scattered results. But when your mind becomes focused, ruthlessly focused, your life begins to obey your command. The world moves for the one who knows exactly what they think, exactly what they want, and refuses to allow anything less into their mental space. Weak minds wander. Strong minds conquer. And every person who has ever risen from obscurity to greatness has done so by first mastering their inner world. The mind is the battlefield and thought is the weapon. You don't win with talent if your mind is scattered. You don't succeed with potential if your thinking is soft. It's not enough to want something. You must think in a way that demands it into reality. Your thoughts are not harmless. They are instructions. Every day you are building your future with the sentences running through your mind. If you think With doubt, fear, and confusion, your life will reflect it. If you think with power, precision, and purpose, your results will transform. You don't become successful by accident. You become successful because you made the decision to think like a winner when the world offered you every excuse to think like a victim. And that is where the separation begins. Winners think differently. They don't allow temporary failure to become permanent defeat. They don't think in terms of problems. They think in terms of solutions, action, and results. They know the cost of a single weak thought is far greater than any temporary setback. Their mind is their shield, their sword, and their strategy. If you want to achieve something you've never had, you must start thinking in ways you've never thought. Most people are prisoners of the same recycled thoughts. They wake up thinking about stress, scarcity, comparison, and fear. Then they wonder why life never changes. You can't live an extraordinary life with ordinary thinking. You can't dominate if your thoughts are disorganized. You must become relentless in the way you think. Choose your thoughts the way a warrior chooses his weapon. Filter out every idea that makes you shrink, hesitate, or quit. Those thoughts are not yours. They've been planted by failure, by fear, by society. Remove them, burn them. Replace them with thought that aligns with strength, vision, and victory. Thinking correctly is not motivational fluff. It is the foundation of every outcome in your life. If your mind isn't disciplined, you will fall to every distraction. The undisciplined thinker is controlled by emotion. But the one who rules their thoughts rules their emotions. They don't panic when things get hard. They don't collapse when things get uncertain. They anchor their mind to purpose and press forward. Correct thinking makes you unstoppable because it turns problems into plans and struggle into strategy. It makes you calm under pressure. It makes you decisive in chaos. It makes you bold when others crumble. That's the power of mastering your thoughts. The difference between an average life and a powerful life is the ability to think with precision regardless of circumstances. Every successful individual you've ever admired had moments of darkness. But their thinking didn't collapse. They kept the picture of their vision clear. They repeated it until it drowned out every voice of failure. That's not magic. That's mental discipline. You don't wait for confidence. You build it by thinking as if you already possess what you desire. You don't wait for clarity. You create it by stripping away distraction and choosing a single focus. That's what correct thinking does. It gives you the edge the world can't take away. It gives you strength that no crisis can break. It gives you direction in a world of noise. Train your mind like your life depends on it because it does. Do not let your brain wander into the territory of fear, laziness, or self-pity. That is the mental poison that steals years from people. It destroys ambition. It kills potential. You must treat your mind like sacred ground. Guard it, clean it, sharpen it, strengthen it. Do not tolerate toxic thinking even for a second. When a weak thought shows up, attack it. Replace it. Reinforce the thought that builds your power, not your doubt. You are the commander of your mind. Never forget that. No one else will train it for you. If you don't take control, the world will, and it will fill your head with confusion, comparison, and cowardice. You are better than that. You are built for more. Every single day, you have the opportunity to shape your destiny by shaping your thoughts. Choose the thoughts of strength, certainty, and discipline. Choose the thoughts that support your mission. Every time you think, I can, you move closer to your goal. Every time you visualize success, you build the bridge to reach it. Correct thinking is not a skill. It's a commitment. It's a daily decision to reject weakness and embrace mastery. It's the refusal to let your mind become soft in a world that rewards distraction. It's the decision to focus. Like your future depends on it because it does. You don't need perfect conditions to start winning. You need perfect mental alignment. You need to think with such clarity that your actions become inevitable. You need to think with such conviction that no obstacle can talk you out of your dream. The battle is in your thoughts. Win there and everything else will follow. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Discipline your mind. Strengthen your thoughts. Think like the person you were meant to become and then become it. You become what you habitually think. This is not a metaphor. It is not a suggestion. It is law. What you repeatedly allow in your mind begins to shape your identity, your behavior, your attitude, and eventually your entire reality. Thought is the original force. Everything you are, everything you will be is a direct result of what you choose to think over and over again. Your habits begin in the mind. Your emotions begin in the mind. Your actions begin in the mind. The dominant thought you hold is the invisible sculptor of your life. It carves your confidence, your fears, your patterns, your beliefs. And most people never stop to question the thoughts they repeat daily. They absorb the noise of the world and make it their identity, not realizing they are choosing weakness every time they allow a negative thought to stay. You do not rise by chance. You rise by repetition, and repetition of the right thought builds the strongest version of you. Every time you say, I can't, your nervous system believes it. Every time you imagine failure, your emotions follow. Every time you mentally replay your past disappointments, your future shrinks. But if you flip the script, if you begin to habitually think, I can, I will, I must, you activate parts of your brain and body that were dormant. Your energy changes. Your posture shifts, your focus sharpens, and your decisions begin to reflect someone who expects to win, not someone who fears losing. That is the quiet revolution that begins when you master your thoughts. It's not instant. It's not flashy, but it is powerful because what you do every day becomes who you are. And what you think every day becomes what you do. The truth is, every failure you've experienced began in thought. Every time you hesitated, every time you quit, every time you played small, it started with a thought you accepted as truth. You didn't fail because of what happened. You failed because of how you interpreted it in your mind. And that means your freedom is already within reach. You don't need to change the world around you first. You need to change the conversation inside your head. The words you say to yourself matter more than any outside opinion. If your inner language is negative, hesitant, weak, or uncertain, your life will match it. But if you make it strong, focused, relentless, and empowered, everything begins to shift in your favor. Your mind was designed to obey your dominant thoughts. It will follow your instructions whether they build you or destroy you. So, choose carefully because thought is not passive. It is the beginning of all transformation. You must reprogram your mind like your future depends on it. Because it does. And the process is not mystical. It is mechanical. Just like a muscle grows with repeated resistance, your mindset strengthens with repeated focus. You must decide which thoughts deserve to stay and which ones must be rejected immediately. This is not optional. If you want to win, you cannot afford to entertain self-doubt even for a moment. You cannot afford to dwell in the past. You cannot afford to replay your mistakes like a broken record. The cost of those thoughts is too high. They drain your potential. They delay your mission and they distort your identity. You are not your past. You are not your failure. You are not your fear. You are the thinker behind it. And you have the power to choose again. Every day you must wake up and feed your mind the thoughts that match your purpose. Just like you feed your body, you must feed your spirit. Speak power into your mind before the world speaks confusion into it. Visualize the future you want until it becomes more real than the distractions trying to pull you away. Surround yourself with thoughts that multiply your faith, not your fear. And never allow the noise of the world to be louder than the voice inside you that says, I was made for more. If you let that voice die, your dreams die with it. But if you fuel it, protect it, strengthen it, it will become unstoppable. What you habitually think becomes what you unconsciously do. And what you unconsciously do becomes what you inevitably achieve. That's the chain. That's the truth. You don't have to force success. You just have to think in alignment with it long enough, consistently enough, and intensely enough, and your habits, behavior, and results will catch up. The only reason most people don't rise is because they never take full control of their thought process. They allow old programming, false beliefs, and emotional wounds to dictate what they think. But you are not most people. You are here because you want to break the pattern. And breaking the pattern begins with breaking the thought that built it. You cannot afford to be lazy with your mind. The price is too high. A weak mind will accept failure before it even tries. A weak mind will create excuses instead of outcomes. A weak mind will accept limitations that were never real to begin with. But a strong mind does the opposite. A strong mind sees through the fear. A strong mind creates new paths. A strong mind builds new possibilities even when none seem available. And that kind of mind is not born. It is built. It is built through daily discipline, habitual thinking that aligns with strength, not weakness. With courage, not doubt. With clarity, not confusion. With intention, not reaction. Repetition of power thoughts changes everything. Repeat who you are until you become it. Repeat what you believe until nothing can shake it. Repeat the vision of your future until it becomes the only outcome you accept. Your thinking is your foundation. Your thinking is your weapon and your thinking is your responsibility. You cannot think like a victim and win like a leader. You cannot think like the average and expect the extraordinary. You must build new mental habits now and you must repeat them until they become automatic. That's how transformation works. That's how identity changes. That's how the impossible becomes inevitable. Correct thinking is not passive. It is deliberate, sharp, and ruthlessly focused. It doesn't drift. It doesn't wait. It doesn't entertain useless thoughts. It commands. It cuts through noise, fear, and emotion like a blade. This kind of thinking doesn't appear by accident. It is forged through discipline, mental effort, and unwavering purpose. You don't stumble into clarity. You manufacture it by refusing to let your mind wander into weakness. Passive thinking is what the average person does all day, consuming, reacting, waiting. But correct thinking is proactive. It decides what must happen. It doesn't hope for direction, it builds it. It doesn't look for reassurance. It generates it. This kind of mental power doesn't leave anything to chance. It treats every thought like a soldier. Either it serves the mission or it gets eliminated immediately. That's the difference between people who control life and those who are controlled by it. Those who master thought master everything. The mind is a battlefield. Not because life is hard, but because undisciplined thought is weak. Most people walk around with open doors to their mind, letting in every fear, every distraction, every opinion. They're not thinking. They're absorbing. And they wonder why their lives are filled with confusion, hesitation, and mediocrity. They've surrendered control. They've given up the power to shape their own reality. But you don't have to be one of them. You can take it back. You can take it all back by deciding to think like a leader, not a follower. By deciding to take full command of your inner world and run it like a fortress. No invader gets in. No fear stays long. No weakness makes a home in your mind. Because correct thinking doesn't tolerate what drains it. It replaces emotion with execution. It replaces doubt with discipline. It replaces noise with direction. This kind of thinking doesn't sit around waiting for motivation. It creates its own fire. It gets up and moves before it feels ready. It doesn't need comfort. It doesn't need permission. It simply decides what must be done and then does it. That is the power of a sharp mind. It slices through hesitation and removes the luxury of excuse. It doesn't give space to worry because it's too focused on the result. The mind that thinks correctly becomes a tool for execution. It doesn't entertain a plan B. It doesn't wonder if it's possible. It assumes success and adjusts every move to match that assumption. It is not gentle. It is precise. It is built for one thing, outcome. Correct thinking means becoming the architect of your destiny with every thought you allow. It means choosing your thoughts like a general chooses strategy. There's no room for random ideas. There's no place for victim stories. You must reject every thought that doesn't serve the vision. Because every time you think small, you delay your future. Every time you think out of fear, you weaken your momentum. And every time you think without intention, you give power to the very forces trying to keep you average. A focused mind has no tolerance for that. It operates on standards. If a thought doesn't strengthen your drive, sharpen your action, or align with your mission, it gets thrown out. Most people don't understand how dangerous weak thinking is. It starts small. A little doubt here, a little fear there, a little distraction, a little delay, and soon their direction disappears. Their energy fades, their will collapses because they never practiced mental control. They let their mind go wherever it wanted. They fed it junk. And now they're starving for clarity. That is not how warriors think. That is not how leaders build. You must become someone who thinks with surgical intent. Someone who doesn't entertain distraction. Someone who questions every idea and keeps only what builds power. Every thought must be filtered. Every belief must be tested. If it does not lead you to the result, it does not belong in your mind. You weren't born to live on autopilot. You weren't made to wander through life confused, stuck, or defeated. But if your thinking is unfocused, you will stay that way. The truth is brutal and liberating. Your mind is either working for you or against you. There is no in between. If You don't control it, it will be controlled. And what controls it will shape your entire life. So now you must ask yourself what kind of thoughts you allow. Are they sharpening you or softening you? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you backward? Are they helping you win or just helping you cope? The mind must be trained to fight. For you, not against you. And that training begins with total ownership of thought. Correct thinking feels like pressure at first because it demands awareness. It demands discipline. It demands the death of excuse, the end of blame, and the rejection of average. It demands that you become someone who doesn't just think, someone who thinks like a weapon. Like every thought is a tool, every belief is a command, every image is a vision that must be built in real life. This is the path of those who rise. They don't have better luck or more talent. They think sharper. They move faster because they think clearer. They get results because they do not give space to the thoughts that weaken them. They win before they begin because their thoughts are already aligned with the outcome. No more mental clutter, no more fog, no more loose thinking. From this moment forward, your thoughts are your responsibility. You will not let a single useless thought take root. You will not allow weakness to grow in silence. You will choose only the thoughts that push you, sharpen you, and move you. And with that choice, everything changes. Because once your mind is correct, your life follows. Once your thoughts are disciplined, your actions explode. And once you eliminate mental noise, all that's left is clarity, power, and progress. Success is created first in the mind. Long before it's visible in the world. Everything that you want, everything you dream of, everything you're chasing, it begins with an image so real in your mind that the world has no choice but to follow. That image, that belief, that unshakable internal picture is where success is truly born. Not in applause, not in money, not in recognition. Long before the world claps for you, you must already see it within yourself. Before anyone believes in you, you must believe so deeply in your own ability that doubt becomes irrelevant. Before any result shows up, your mind must already be conditioned to expect it. That is the secret of all who win. Their success was formed in silence. It was rehearsed in solitude. It was created mentally and emotionally over and over until reality had no choice but to reflect it. This is not motivational fluff. This is law. The mind is the blueprint. It is the starting ground. It is the invisible engine that builds everything you see. Look around. Every product, every building, every piece of technology was once nothing more than thought. But that thought, when held with focus and emotion, became something physical. The same is true for your life. If your inner world is scattered, weak or filled with conflict, your outer world will always mirror it. But when your mind becomes certain, when your thoughts become fixed on what must be, your actions begin to align. Your decisions become different. Your behavior shifts and the results begin to unfold piece by piece. It's not magic. It's alignment. It's the law of identity. You cannot outachieve your belief system. You cannot outperform your inner picture. If you don't see yourself winning, you will sabotage your own climb. That is why success begins as a mental structure before it becomes a physical reality. Too many people are waiting for evidence before they believe. They wait for results before they commit. But that is backwards. The most powerful achievers don't wait for proof. They build it internally. They hold the vision in their mind until it becomes more familiar than failure. They keep it alive until every move they make is guided by that belief. The world follows those who already know who they are and where they're going. But that kind of certainty is not born from conditions. It is born from controlled thought. The right thinking becomes the lens through which all life is filtered. And when you filter life through the lens of certainty, you start to act with precision. You begin to speak like a leader, move like a winner, and expect the outcome before it happens. That's how champions are made. They don't react to the world. They command it starting from the inside. Success doesn't begin when someone gives you a chance. It doesn't start when the doors open. It starts when you decide mentally and emotionally that you are done playing small. That you are finished being average. That you will no longer entertain anything less than the life you were built to create. That's when momentum begins. That's when clarity arrives. And that's when your energy starts shifting in ways people can't understand. They'll say you changed. They'll say you're obsessed. They won't see the years you spent building it in your mind. They won't understand the mental repetitions, the visualizations, the silent affirmations. But it doesn't matter. The world doesn't need to understand. It only needs to witness what you've already seen inside you 1,000 times. That's real power. When your vision becomes so solid that you don't need validation to keep going. It's not just about thinking positively. It's about thinking correctly. It's about building mental frameworks that align with execution, discipline, and belief. Anyone can wish. Anyone can hope. But those who dominate train their minds relentlessly. They remove thoughts that conflict with their mission. They eliminate ideas that pull them back. They don't entertain what-ifs or maybe some days. Their thoughts are intentional, clean, and focused on the end result. That's what builds speed. That's what creates flow. That's what turns an invisible idea into a tangible reality. Every great success story began in someone's mind, repeated with such consistency that eventually the world adjusted to their belief. You must start thinking like the person you want to become long before the world reflects it. Your thoughts must carry the weight of certainty even when no one else sees what you're building. That's the cost of leadership. That's the cost of transformation. If you can't see it inside, you will never hold it outside. But once your mind accepts it as reality, everything starts aligning. The people you meet, the actions you take, the situations that unfold, they all begin to fall into place because they're responding to your internal world. The inner image always leads the external result. That is why correct thinking is not optional. It is the first and most powerful step toward mastery. You will never rise higher than the vision you hold in your mind. You will never create more than you can first believe. Success is not about working harder without purpose. It's about thinking so clearly, so consistently, so deliberately that your actions become automatic and your confidence becomes unshakable. Once you have the mental image, once it's etched into your consciousness, your job is to align your life with it. The image leads, the action follows, the result obeys. Most people try to reverse this. They wait for something to happen before they believe. But the elite know better. They believe first. They see it inside so clearly that outside conditions are irrelevant. Whether it takes a month, a year, or 10 years, it doesn't matter. They've already won mentally. And once you've won mentally, time becomes a detail. From this moment forward, think in alignment with what you want, not with what you fear. Hold the image of success so vividly that it becomes the only reality your body responds to. Do not let temporary circumstances blur your vision. Strengthen your belief until it becomes louder than your environment. Focus your mind until it creates momentum so powerful that no setback can shake it. Build your success in silence with focus, repetition, and unshakable inner vision. Then go live it. Wrong thinking builds invisible prisons. Correct thinking breaks every mental chain. These prisons aren't made of bars or walls. They're made of thoughts. Thoughts that whisper, you can't, you're not ready, you're not enough. Thoughts that loop on failure, rehearse the past, and expect the worst. These are the chains that hold people down even when no one else is stopping them. They aren't trapped by circumstances. They're trapped by the way they think about those circumstances. It's not the outside world keeping people stuck. It's the mental scripts they've repeated for years. Scripts filled with limitation, guilt, doubt, fear, and weakness. You can be surrounded by opportunity and still miss it if your thinking is shaped by scarcity. You can be free to move but remain paralyzed if your thoughts are controlled by fear. That is the power of wrong thinking. It convinces you to build a small life even when a greater one is fully within reach. These mental prisons are dangerous because they feel familiar. They become so normal, so constant that you stop questioning them. You mistake the voice of fear for your own reasoning. You confuse caution with intelligence. You start calling self-doubt humility. And you let go of your potential without even realizing it. That's the tragedy of mental chains. They don't scream, they whisper. They don't fight you with violence. They seduce you with comfort. And soon you find yourself making safe decisions. Staying quiet when you should speak, shrinking when you should rise, accepting a life you never chose but slowly tolerated. That's how wrong thinking steals years from you. Not with dramatic losses, but with small concessions, thoughts you didn't challenge, doubts you didn't silence, truths you didn't embrace. But correct thinking, true aligned focused thinking breaks those chains. It doesn't negotiate with fear. It doesn't ask for permission. It kicks down the door of limitation and says, I will not live like this. Correct thinking sees the truth even when the evidence is unclear. It recognizes that the mind controls the body, that belief controls behavior, and that every outcome begins as an internal declaration. It sees through the illusions of the mental prison, and replaces the old scripts with something more powerful. It doesn't say, what if I fail? It says, what if I win? It doesn't say, I've never done this before. It says, it's time I begin. Correct thinking doesn't coddle you. It challenges you. It exposes the lies you've lived under and dares you to rise above them. Most people don't realize how much power they give to a single wrong thought. One idea accepted as truth can limit you for decades. The thought that says I'm not worthy. The thought that says I've already missed my chance. The thought that says people like me don't succeed. These are lies dressed up as reason. And until they are removed, they quietly shape every choice you make. But once you begin to think correctly, once you start to examine the source of those thoughts and question their validity, you take your power back. You begin to separate who you truly are from what you've been conditioned to believe. You become free not because the world changes, but because your inner world does. Correct thinking doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means interpreting it through strength, not fear. It means choosing your response, not reacting to emotion. It means setting your mind on what you intend to create, not what you're afraid to face. Correct thinking is intentional. It's not easy. It's not automatic. It's a discipline. But it is the only way to break the cycle. You cannot escape a prison if you believe you deserve to be there. You cannot rise above limitation if you keep defending it. And you cannot create a powerful life while thinking powerless thoughts. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. And if you don't take control of them, they'll build a life that keeps you locked inside the same patterns, the same stories, and the same regrets. You were not born to be chained. You were not designed to live in mental confinement. You were created with the ability to choose, to rise, to think differently. But that freedom must be claimed. You must decide right now that you will no longer tolerate any thought that reduces your power. That you will not serve the prison of self-doubt, regret, shame, or fear. That at every time a thought enters your mind, it will be tested. Does this strengthen me or weaken me? Does this align with my future or with my failure? If it weakens, it goes. If it builds, it stays. That is the beginning of transformation. That is the moment the chains begin to crack. Correct thinking is not about arrogance or ego. It's about alignment. It's about choosing to think in a way that reflects your purpose, not your pain. It's about rewiring your inner world until it reflects the life you actually want, not the one you've settled for. That means replacing hesitation with hunger. Replacing confusion with clarity. Replacing victimhood with vision. When your thinking changes, your energy changes. When your energy changes, your actions follow. And when your actions change, your results shift. But it all starts with the moment you refuse to let wrong thinking dominate your mind for one more second. There is a version of you that exists on the other side of every mental chain. It's not waiting for perfect timing or more resources. It's waiting for you to unlock it with a new way of thinking. You do that by starving the thoughts that have kept you small and feeding the ones that make you bold. You do it by questioning everything you once accepted as limitation. You do it by telling yourself the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. You are never trapped by life. You are trapped by your interpretation of it. And the moment you see that clearly, the prison starts to crumble. Correct thinking is freedom. It is vision. It is momentum. And it is yours to claim. From this moment forward, refuse to accept the lies that built your mental cage. Replace them with discipline, clarity, and power. Think like someone who is free. Think like someone who is rising. Think like someone who will never again be ruled by chains that were never real to begin with. You are not poor, defeated, or broken. Your thinking is fixed that and everything else aligns. Your outer world is not the real problem. It's not your bank account. It's not your situation. It's not the obstacles in front of you. It's the beliefs you've held for so long that they now feel like facts. You've been conditioned to see lack instead of abundance, limits instead of possibilities, setbacks instead of setups. But poverty is not the absence of money. It's the absence of vision. Defeat is not the result of failure. It's the result of accepting failure as identity. And brokenness is not the lack of strength. It's the loss of belief. These are not permanent conditions. They are reflections of thought patterns you haven't challenged. The moment you shift those patterns, you shift your life. You've never been stuck. You've just been mentally parked in a mindset that keeps you smaller than you were built to be. Most people don't need a miracle. They need a mental reset. They're praying for external breakthroughs while tolerating internal breakdowns. They wait for opportunities but ignore their mental conditioning. They want the result of winning without confronting the cause of losing. But life doesn't work that way. What you attract, what you create, what you build, it all stems from how you think. If you see yourself as powerless, you'll behave that way. If you think you don't deserve success, you'll sabotage it. If you expect life to be hard, full of setbacks and disappointment, you'll unconsciously create that reality again and again. Your thinking is the silent architect of your outcomes. And if it's broken, your results will be too. But when you fix it, when you truly rewire how you see yourself and what you believe is possible, everything around you starts shifting in response. You've been lied to. Told that your circumstances define your future. Told that your past limits your next chapter. Told that your failures mean you're not cut out for greatness. These are mental chains handed down by a world that rewards compliance over confidence. But that story ends the moment you say it does. The moment you realize that the real battle isn't outside, it's internal. That your current situation is not your ceiling, it's your starting point. That your present struggles aren't proof of failure. They're signals to change the way you think. Because once your thinking changes, your decisions change. Your energy changes, your habits change, and that chain reaction creates a new outcome. Your transformation doesn't begin with luck. It begins with truth. And the truth is this: you are not defeated. You are dormant. Your power isn't gone. It's buried beneath layers of mental noise that were never yours to begin with. Start stripping away every thought that tells you you're not enough. Remove every belief that says your best days are behind you. Destroy every lie that's whispered you're stuck, lost, or broken beyond repair. You are not broken. Your thinking is misaligned. Realign it and everything begins to move. You must see yourself not as a victim of life, but as the master of it. You are not poor in ability. You've just forgotten your authority. You are not behind. You've been distracted. Reclaim your mental territory. Stop feeding the ideas that shrink you. Feed the ones that elevate you. Thought by thought, belief by belief, word by word. Because each thought you allow into your mind becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. You're either building a prison or building a palace. And the difference is entirely in the thinking you choose to keep. People stay stuck not because of who they are, but because of what they repeatedly think. They live under the weight of unchallenged ideas. Thoughts passed down from parents, teachers, failures, trauma, and society. And they never ask, is this even true? They never question, does this belief serve the life I want? Instead, they protect their limitations, argue for their excuses, and call it realism. But there is nothing real about living beneath your potential. There is nothing wise about calling fear common sense. There is nothing responsible about playing small just to avoid discomfort. That is not truth. That's mental programming. And the only way to break it is to confront it, destroy it, and replace it with thinking that matches who you were born to be. You must decide now that your mind will no longer be a playground for fear, doubt, or defeat. It will be a battleground for excellence, discipline, and growth. You will not allow old patterns to lead you anymore. You will not let your history become your prophecy. You will think as if the future is yours to shape because it is. You will think with clarity even when the facts look messy. You will think with confidence even when results aren't showing yet. Because confidence isn't a reward, it's a requirement. And clarity doesn't come from circumstance. It comes from decision. The moment you decide that your mind will only host the thoughts that build you, the world begins to mirror that inner shift. Don't wait for proof to think correctly. Create it. Start thinking as if success is inevitable and your actions will follow. Start thinking as if your time is now and you'll start moving like it. The world responds to certainty and certainty begins with the way you think. Most people wait until they have momentum to believe. But belief is the trigger that creates momentum. It's the seed. It's the fire. If you want to live a powerful life, you must first think powerful thoughts. Every single day, you must check your mental environment. Are your thoughts lifting you or lowering you? Are they serving your goals or stealing your energy? The answer is never neutral. Your mind is either helping you build or it's helping you break. There is no in between. The people who rise, the ones who shift from obscurity to impact, are not more gifted than you. They are more intentional with their thinking. They guard it, protect it, train it. They think as if they already are what they want to become. They think as if their results are catching up, not chasing them. They think like winners before they have the scoreboard to prove it. That's the edge. That's the difference. That's the mindset that breaks cycles and builds empires. And that mindset is yours the moment you claim it. You must train your mind like a soldier. Zero tolerance for doubt, fear, and confusion. Because your mind is the battlefield and every thought is either a weapon or a weakness. You cannot afford to entertain thoughts that make you smaller, weaker, slower, or less focused. Just like a soldier prepares daily for war, you must prepare your mind daily for the fight of life. And the war is not out there. It's inside. It's in the voice that says, "You're not enough." It's in the hesitation that keeps you standing still when everything in you was built to move forward. It's in the comfort that convinces you mediocrity is safer than mastery. That war is fought every morning when you wake up and every night before you sleep. You don't win that war by accident. You win it with discipline. Relentless, ruthless discipline over what you allow into your mental space. Most people are not defeated by life. They are defeated by their own thoughts long before life ever touches them. They sabotage themselves with what-if scenarios, fears that haven't happened, and stories they keep replaying from the past. That is mental weakness, and it must be eliminated. You do not leave room for confusion when you're training your mind to dominate. You don't leave cracks in the wall of your belief system. You cement it with affirmations, actions, and certainty. Doubt cannot live in a mind that is constantly fed with purpose. Fear cannot control a mind that is governed by vision. And confusion has no place in a mind that has chosen direction, even when the path isn't yet clear. A soldier doesn't wait for peace to train. He trains for war so that peace can be earned. That is how your mind must be trained before the challenge, not after. Before the storm. Not once, you're already drowning in it. Mental strength is not natural. It is created. And it is created through repetition, through discipline, and through intentional focus. Just like the body doesn't grow muscles without resistance, the mind doesn't grow stronger without challenge. And you must start welcoming that challenge. Welcome the doubt not as a curse, but as a signal to push harder. Welcome the fear not as a barrier, but as a checkpoint to prove your resolve. Welcome the confusion not as chaos but as the prelude to clarity. But do not entertain them. Do not let them wrench space in your mind. Observe them, recognize them, and override them. The moment you entertain doubt, it breeds more doubt. The moment you let fear speak, it starts shouting. The moment confusion sets in, it tries to paralyze. You must have zero tolerance. That's the code. You don't negotiate with weakness. You train it out. You override it with clarity. You replace it with direction. Train your mind to stay calm under pressure, focused under chaos, and unshakable when everything around you is unstable. The people who rise in life are not the ones who avoid discomfort. They're the ones who have trained themselves to stay centered in the middle of it. You must become so clear on your purpose that no storm can knock you off course. You must decide that your vision is more powerful than your fear, more real than your doubt, and more dominant than any distraction that tries to steal your attention. The world won't hand you your greatness. It will test you. It will challenge you. It will tempt you to shrink. But your training will carry you through. Your mental toughness will make you immune to excuses. Your focus will make you allergic to mediocrity. And your discipline will make you unstoppable. You were not built for average. You were built to conquer. And every great conqueror starts by conquering the battlefield of the mind. That means you stop explaining your limits and start executing your possibilities. That means you get up every day with the mindset that weakness will not survive here. Not in your thoughts, not in your speech, not in your habits. A soldier doesn't apologize for being sharp. He doesn't hesitate when it's time to move. He doesn't fold under pressure. He has trained for that pressure. He expects it. And when it comes, he doesn't just endure it. He dominates it. You must carry the same mindset into your life. Don't hope for easy, train for strong. Don't wish for luck. Prepare for war. Don't pray for comfort. Build for capacity. Correct. Thinking under pressure is not a gift. It's the result of relentless training. Every time you choose courage over fear, you train the mind. Every time you act in spite of doubt, you train the mind. Every time you push forward while the old version of you is screaming to stop, you train the mind. And the more you train it, the more you own your path. The more you eliminate the option of quitting, the more you normalize greatness and reject anything beneath it. This is not about motivation. It's about mental warfare. It's about showing up for yourself every day like your future depends on it, because it does. It's about never waiting to feel ready. You don't wait. You train. You act. You discipline. And through that you become the kind of person who cannot be defeated because your mind doesn't allow it. When your thinking becomes bulletproof, your results become inevitable. Your decisions become decisive. Your energy becomes electric. And your presence becomes unshakable. That doesn't come from inspiration. It comes from commitment. It comes from doing the work of training your mind. Like your life depends on it. Because it does. Doubt, fear, and confusion will knock, but they only stay where they are invited. Train your mind to reject the invitation. Train it to respond with action. Train it to dominate by default. You don't get what you want, you get what you're mentally prepared for. And when your mind is prepared like a soldier, there is nothing on this earth that can stop you. Correct thinking transforms desire into destiny. It is the master key to all you seek. Without it, your desires remain daydreams, drifting in a fog of uncertainty and delay. But with it, you gain control over the invisible forces shaping your life. The person who thinks correctly does not beg for opportunity. They attract it. They do not wish for success. They engineer it. Because the right thought, held with consistency and intensity, becomes the seed of every reality. Correct thinking does not simply hope. It creates, it constructs, it commands. It is not passive. It's a daily discipline. You shape your destiny with every dominant thought, whether you realize it or not. If your thoughts are weak, undirected, or scattered, then your results will reflect that. But if they are precise, intense, and rooted in purpose, then nothing in the world can stop what you are building. That is the power you were born with. The ability to choose what you think, and in doing so to choose the life you will live. Most people are not stuck because they lack resources. They are stuck because they've never learned how to think correctly. They allow random thoughts, negative beliefs, and fear-driven ideas to guide their decisions. They react instead of create. They follow instead of lead. Their desires are loud, but their thinking is soft. And until they flip that equation, they will continue to feel frustrated, helpless, and lost. You must understand that your thoughts are the cause. Everything else is the effect. If your finances are not where you want them to be, it is not just about strategy. It's about the thoughts you've been thinking about money, success, and worth. If your relationships are in chaos, it's not simply about the other person. It's about the thoughts you've allowed to shape your standards, your communication, your self-respect. If you're not reaching your goals, it's not because the goal is too big. It's because your thinking is too small. Correct thinking sharpens your perception. It allows you to see opportunities where others see problems. It makes you resourceful even when resources are low. It teaches you to use failure as feedback, not finality. It rewires you to move forward when others freeze. It transforms the impossible into a puzzle to solve, not a wall to surrender to. This kind of thinking does not come naturally. It is trained. It is built like muscle through repetition, through conscious choice, through daily mental discipline. And it starts the moment you take responsibility for every thought you entertain. You can no longer afford to think casually. Your future is too important for careless thoughts. You must guard your mental space like a fortress, filtering every belief, every assumption, every narrative before it enters. If it doesn't serve your destiny, it has no right to exist in your mind. That is the standard. That is the level required to create real lasting transformation. Your thoughts are blueprints. What you hold in your mind eventually shows up in your reality. So if your desire is greatness, you must think in alignment with it. You cannot think small and expect a big life. You cannot entertain fear and expect to walk in freedom. You cannot obsess over problems and expect a future full of solutions. You must train your thinking to reflect your vision. That means clarity. That means certainty. That means removing all mental contradictions between what you want and what you think is possible. Most people say they want success but think thoughts of limitation all day long. That gap is what destroys results. That conflict is what keeps progress locked behind invisible bars. You must eliminate it. You must bring your thinking into full harmony with your highest intention. No more doubt. No more divided energy. No more entertaining options that weaken your belief. Decide what you want and then build a fortress of thought around it. Correct thinking demands vigilance. It means becoming aware of every unconscious assumption you've accepted. It means confronting the inner voice that tells you it's too late, too hard, or too risky. It means challenging the stories you've told yourself about what you can and can't do. Because most of those stories were never yours to begin with. They were inherited from others who gave up on their own power. But the moment you wake up to the truth that you can choose your thoughts with precision, that you can rewrite the mental code driving your life, you are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the architect. You are the cause. You are the master key. Desire without correct thinking leads to frustration. But desire coupled with focused thought becomes purpose. Purpose backed by consistent thought becomes belief. And belief, when it is sustained and intensified, becomes the force that bends reality. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is a law of life. What you dwell on, you draw in. What you believe in, you move toward. What you hold in your dominant thoughts, you eventually hold in your hands. That's how desire becomes destiny. Not by accident, but by alignment. Not by luck, but by mental clarity and strength. The person who learns to think correctly becomes untouchable, not because life gets easier, but because they have trained their mind to be stronger than any circumstance. That is your power. And the more you use it, the more unstoppable you become. So now you know there is no mystery, no hidden secret. No outside savior coming to rescue you. The battlefield is in your mind, and victory begins the moment you take control of your thinking. If you can hold the vision, discipline the mind, and refuse to bow to fear, then nothing, absolutely nothing, can deny you. You are not here to repeat average patterns. You are here to rise, to rebuild, to reclaim the life that correct thinking makes possible. The world will reflect back to you what you demand from it, not through noise or desperation, but through the silent power of focused, unwavering thought. Choose your thoughts like your life depends on it, because it does. Think with precision, think with purpose, think with power. And watch as the impossible bends to the will of a mind that finally decided to think correctly.